chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
It's a gain of 25 yards on the play. That's another Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So in Jet territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 38. Now it's Carson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Done. 280. 54. Mike, 54. Ain't no shot. 657. Hey, Alpha.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54. Mike.
Wentz now on first down. And he'll hit Jeffrey, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then
he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Chris Carson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, first and 10 at their 25-yard line.
He's checking.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving.
Tighten up. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. 080. 53's mine. Check. 53. 080. It's our time, guys.
Darnold on first down. His throw incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
he wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Darnold, that'll be taken in by Anderson. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now a first down carry by Bell. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Nigel Bradham brings him down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
Here's Darnold. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 31-yard line.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end.
Just hey, 80.
On first down, it's Darnold. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Back to throw, Darnold. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Michael Kendricks able to record his 5th sack of the season. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end. Zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run it with Carson. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big play.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Michael Kendricks in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Darnold now to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space. No run call here. They'll look to throw instead.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. On the return, Jackson. "21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over.
At the Jets' 41-yard line.
280! Bunch. 74.
On first down, Wentz. And that's complete to Jeffrey.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. This is Carson. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Yeah. You don't want none. Check 26. Check Greystone. Travel. Switch. Man 5-7. Bravo.
Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And Jeffrey's got it. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey.
5-yard gain on the play.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
He was brought down by Darryl Roberts.
2nd and 8 at the 24-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Carson. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Touchdown. Chris Carson with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Eagles 14, Jets nothing. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Darnold. Caught here by Griffin. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
At their own 27-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Put that team on the bus.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here we go. 180. Go, go, go. 82.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He goes full extension, and he's got it. 17 yards and a 1st down for Philly. Throwing on 1st is Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Wentz, escaping the pressure right. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here. A chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Now Wentz again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Second down and goal. Wentz back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Pettis once again the target, but now it's third and goal.
And 6 yards to go.
2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on third and goal here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be well short of a first down as he stopped again right at the line of scrimmage. Now Wentz. And that is going to be incomplete. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Let's go, baby.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson, and he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Come on, let's go. Show it up.
They run again with Carson. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Hey, high 7. 57.
Wentz going to try and throw on third. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And Elliott puts this one through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Their own 35-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It was Breland Speaks getting home to the quarterback that time.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Hey, orbit.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Okay, double up. Protein spill.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. With it is Jackson. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here we go. Back. 180. Go. Check 50. Check 50.
On 1st down, Carson. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run with Howard. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Hey, pick your game up. 2 jet.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. It's caught by Jackson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the 1st. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Again, it's Bell. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
To throw is Darnold. And that's going to be intercepted. The all-pro corner, Patrick Peterson. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Big stop, D. Big stop, let's go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with a tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Howard. Howard has the 1st down and then some. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Howard, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Bell with a first down carry there as he'll get about 4 out of that. The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Check pass. Let's go. Hey, we got it.
From the 45 on second down. Darnold, rush coming, and he's taken down. Nigel Bradham flying in and laying the lumber defensively.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
53's the mark. 53. Check 53. You can't block me. You can't touch me.
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold. And the pressure gets to him again. Malcolm Jenkins, the strong safety, swoops in for the sack. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Here's Jackson. So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their team. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Nigel Bradham able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Third and long, it's Darnold. Found his target, it's Anderson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
First down, Jets.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Young lady. Check 13. Check 13.
Here's Darnold. He's going to let it fly. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Deron Harmon.
Intercepted. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball